What's going on, Army? This is your boy Martin, aka Level, here back today with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, Rolling Stone did an interview with our boys BTS, and BTS has been doing a lot of interviews and have been putting out lots of content. And let me just say that I am not complaining one bit. Now I am a bit behind, and we're catching up as we're going, especially with In the Soup Season 2 episodes that are going to start coming out this week. So you're going to want to subscribe to the Patreon because you're not going to want to miss In the Soup Season 2 on the Patreon. But the boys have been putting out lots of content, and on top of that, they just got done with their concerts in Goyang, and I believe now they will be moving on to Tokyo. Wishing the boys the best of luck and staying healthy, be happy, get plenty of rest, eat plenty, drink plenty, especially during this long tour that will last up until like next year. I need them to be as healthy and as happy and as full of food and hydrated as possible. But they did an interview with Rolling Stone. I have not seen any of it, especially like on TikTok or anything. I made sure to miss all spoilers just so I can definitely come here and get the initial reaction for you guys. So I'm excited for it. I definitely love a BTS interview. So let's not waste no more time. Do me a big favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, as all these things help with the channel moving forward. Turning on notifications so that you never miss a video. And without any further ado, Rolling Stone, BTS, let's get into it.
We're just so small. We're just a boy band from Korea.
And come on.
Actually,
oh, come on.
Just some boy band. Just some, good God. Oh Lord. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what I need.
Guys, welcome back to the cover of Rolling Stone.
So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And I want to show you guys. I reacted, and you can see right here, I reacted to their concert. Okay, I did. However, during the concert, multiple times, there is a number that flashes. Okay, and because of that, I cannot post the reaction. Okay, if somebody else posts it online, I will be more than happy to go react to it and post it. So if anybody has any links, please leave those links in the description down below, because that number flashes multiple times, and it specifically tells you if they catch you uploading it and they trace that number, because each number is different, it ties to your account, they will terminate your account. You probably will never have a Weverse account ever again, and they will seek legal action. Okay, so because of that, and I'm telling you, it shows like every 5 seconds on the screen. I'm not able to post it. So if anybody has a link that I can go and watch that won't have my number in this case, please leave that link in the description down below. I will go react to it, and you will see that on the Patreon. But yeah, no, I had to let y'all know that I wasn't able to post it, so I do apologize. But yeah, enough about that. Let's get into the interview now. I just wanted you guys to know I've been trying to work my way around, because that's what I've been doing the last 2-3 days while I've been gone, right? Is trying to figure out and or find a link, and your boy can't find nothing. So I would really appreciate that help. Thank you.
Stone.
woo!
Welcome to Rolling Stone, BTS.
We're back.
100 songs, 110 songs. I've heard from you guys that there were many songs. How do you narrow that down? How do you decide what to focus on? How many of them are finished? What are the ones that aren't on the album? What do they like? Are the ones you miss?
어떻게 될까요? 우리 만들었던 곡은 어떻게 돼?
뭐 이제 각자가 이제 뭐 쓰거나 뭐 그러지 않을까? 근데 일단 뭐 우리 안에서 다 소진을 하겠지. 뭐 딴 데로 가.
Oh yeah, don't give them away.
저희가 만들었던 곡들은 저희가 다 같이 모여서 듣고 회사 직원분들도 따로 다 같이 들으면서 의견 취합을 다 같이 한 것 같아요. 이 곡은 좋은 것 같다. 이 곡은 그래도 단체 앨범에 좀 결이 다른 느낌이 있지 않나, 뭐 이런 식으로 의견을 내면서 한 곡 한 곡 이렇게 그 곡을 정말 다 들어봤어요, 다 같이. 예.
Does it ever become not a fight but an argument about, no, I love this song, you don't love this song has to be on there? How intense does that discussion get? Because it's important what makes up an album.
사실 정해진 게 아무것도 없었어서 그런 일은 없었습니다.
우리끼리 그냥 우리끼리 합의해서 그냥 이야기하고.
일단은
엄청 엇갈리지 않나?
엄청 엇갈렸어.
왜? 일단은
각각의
각자
하고 싶은
취향이
거
다
다
달라가지고 뭐가 들어가야 된다 이런 것들에
그것
대한
때문에 바디 투 바디만 엇갈렸지.
One More Night도 그렇지.
녹음 직전까지도
아,
다른
그런가?
곡을
One More Night?
집어넣겠다고 막 회의를 몇 번 했다가 결국에 막 빠지고, 나랑 남준이가 되게 좋아했던 곡이 있는데
곡 고를 때 말고 작업할 때.
곡 고를 때
그러니까
말하는
지금 곡
거.
고를 때
밴드
말하는 거니까.
아 그래?
사운드 있던 거.
바로 문제가 생겼죠.
There were a lot of conflicts.
like yeah, which to go and which not to go. You know, maybe like two of us, like really strongly, you know, claim that this song has to be album. If they have some logics or stuff, you know, some even the major number is gonna like, this has to be song. Then it's gonna. There were like so many conflicts. I can't even remember.
So
And we've actually talked about this in the past, and they made a good point here. It was said, like, you know, all of our tastes are different, especially after they've all put out their own solo albums, right? And they get to expand and experiment a lot more and find their true selves in their solo projects. You know, what their sound really truly sounds like. And you know, we saw it with Body to Body in the documentary. I would have loved to have been a part of that conversation, been a fly on the freaking wall to hear some of those other songs that maybe, like RM said, two of them liked strongly, but that the rest of the members didn't. So unfortunately, it just didn't get picked. And hopefully, we'll probably never know, but hopefully these songs get recycled, because I'm with Suga. I don't think they should give these songs away. I imagine these are some bangers. Individually, somebody might use that song and be like, hey, if nobody wants that, can I take it? And I'm going to use it for my project. Like, I would love to see these songs recycled and just used for them. But yeah, definitely not giving this away. But I would have loved, especially after what I saw with Body to Body and how much went back and forth into that, I would love to have seen and/or been a part of, again, a fly on the wall to hear what other songs didn't make the cut that were strongly liked by some of the other boys. I would have loved to have been a part of that.
You could have chosen 14 different songs, and we would be having a whole different discussion about what kind of album this is. Is that fair to say?
맞습니다.
무조건이죠.
무조건.
Does anyone have like one song that they're still thinking about that they can't let go?
몇 개 있지 않나?
근데 이게 있어도 저희가 말을 못 해드려요.
그런 노래가 각자마다 몇 개 있었던 것 같아요. 이거 왜 안 들어갔어? 아쉽다 이러면서.
This album is so strong, so good.
And we felt like we got that with Yoongi, right? With Come Over, I definitely think, and you know, I'm still a believer in that song could have been on the album. The fact that it wasn't on the album and it was just on the deluxe vinyl, special message for armies out there. I'm not worried about that at all. At first I was a little upset, but don't get it twisted. I will never question what the boys do. And I want to make that very clear, because when I went back and rewatched, I was like, some people are going to probably think like, Martin, are you questioning the judgment of the boys? Absolutely not. It's just me being selfish as times as an army. I would love to hear certain, you know, or see certain things, but ultimately the boys are going to do what's in the best interest for not only themselves, but for armies as well. And that song, and again, you got to remember, I haven't been an army for very long. So there are secret songs and or hidden tracks that are specifically for armies that they've done in the past that I wasn't a part of because I wasn't an army at that time, right? And so to hear something like Come Over, my first kind of hidden track in real time, you know, it kind of hits me different at first because you guys are used to those hidden tracks and those special messages. And all I could think of at that time, especially, you know, still being a baby army, I feel like, and, you know, just so excited for my first BTS comeback. All I wanted was that song to be on the album and or just on any platform that I can go and listen to it. Even if it's not on the album, I would love for it to be on Apple Music, Spotify. I can't lie to you guys. I hate the fact that I have to go to YouTube in order to listen to it. But if that's all I have, that's all I'll take it, right? It's better to, I'm glad that they blessed me with this song rather than not being able to listen to it at all, because they put it on a deluxe vinyl that someone else could record and upload for me because I don't have the deluxe vinyl. And I feel like I should get the deluxe vinyl because I feel guilty by being able to hear the song without actually having the ability to buy the album and hear it for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that makes sense. But with Come Over, I still think to this day it should have been on the album. But hey, if they want to put that, especially in a deluxe vinyl for armies' ears only, not question them at all. Not question them at all. Just being a little selfish at times. I can't lie.
And I feel like it's, at least in part, the answer to the question that you all posed in 2022 after Butter and Permission to Dance and Dynamite, that there was a question of who BTS was and what you would do next. But I was wondering about how everyone felt about that hitting that moment and the sort of debate about what to do next.
뭐 정체성에 관련된 거는 뭐 사실 뭐 이번 앨범뿐만 아니라 계속해서 저희가 그런 것들 담아왔고 앞으로도 계속해서 담아가지 않을까. 이게 또 그 나이대마다 또 그 환경마다 계속해서 이제 생각들이 바뀌다 보니 그런 것들이 이제 계속 앨범에 들어가야 그게 이제 뭐 저희가 나아갈 방향 아닌가 그렇게 생각합니다.
뭐 사실 정체성이란 거는 늘 사실 염두를 해두고 작업을 하고 있고 이번 앨범에서는 특히나 그 정체성이 더 뭔가 보여지는 그런 앨범을 다 같이 만든 것 같고요. 그리고 사실 어떤 곡이든 뭐 버터든 다이너마이트든 퍼미션 투 댄스든 그때 그 시기에 맞춰서 할 수 있는 우리들의 음악들을 하고 계속해서 보여주고 그 음악을 통해서 뭔가 다 같이 즐길 수가 있다면은 그것만으로도 굉장히 또 좋은 의미가 아닌가라는 생각도 드네요.
Yeah.
So I think the only consensus we had after the military was that we all are rooted in Korea, and then we came through quite a journey, if we could call it like that. And then
Is he fixing his hair? What is he doing in the background? J-Hope, you should have slapped his hand and be like, behave, JK. Like, he's trying to talk right now. What are you doing back here?
are rooted in Korea, and then we came through quite a journey, if we could call it like that. And then let's start it from there, and let's get back to some point, but let's move on for some parts. So it was all about like controlling and finding some point musically, visually. I think we're still, everyone thinks different right now. So, but the Korean thing was that I think that's our identity.
I feel like there's also a
Good
push
answer.
and pull in general between the rappers and the singers, and which sort of predominates. Everyone gets their shot on this album, but I feel like there's a slight rebalancing back towards the rapping, which is really very core to BTS. I wonder how conscious that was.
의도적이라기보다는 우리가 할 수 있는 선에서 뭔가 할 수 있는 것들을 많이 해보자라는 식으로 해봤기 때문에 자연스럽게 그런 뭔가 폼이 나온 것 같고 뭐 어쨌건 그런 우리들의 어렸을 때 그런 뿌리들과 그리고 우리가 들어왔던 음악들과 이런 것들이 조금씩은 지금의 우리에게도 영향이 있지 않나라는 생각도 들고요. 네, 그냥 사실 너무 재밌게 음악하고 만들고 있어서
Yeah.
네, 그리고 오랜만에 팀으로 와가지고 이렇게 하는 것도 즐겁고 네, 그래서 더 그런 진정성이 있는 또 이번 앨범이 탄생이 된 것 같고 오랜만에 온 만큼 네.
I love on Hooligan. I'm obsessed with the falsetto part. Why this bassline so rude? It's so fun to hear everyone sing it. What do you remember about coming up with that part and also distributing it among the singers?
그다음 뭐 곡율 전반적으로 사실 정국이가 좀 많이 컨트롤을 했고
훌리건.
제가 딱 세션에 도착했을 때 그 훌리건을 딱 작업을 하고 있었고 형 들어보라고 해가지고 들었는데 그럼 뭐 말씀해 주신 그런 보컬 파트나 랩 파트나 너무 잘 만들어져 있는 그런 곡이었고.
And I want to bring something up really quickly. We've heard this many times by the boys that when it comes to Hooligan, like JK had a major part in the development and how this song sounds. And let me just tell you, if you would have asked me like, Martin, this is Hooligan by BTS, listen to it. And I'd have been like, okay. And they'd have told me, now, what do you think of the song? I would have told you. But if they would have asked me, which of the 7 members do you think had the biggest influence on this song, on how it sounds and the lyrics for it, I would have, in no way, shape, or form, I would have picked any of the singers. Any of the vocalists would not have been on that list. I'm not going to lie to you. It would have been either Yoongi, J-Hope, or RM. And honestly, I would have probably picked Namjoon. This song, in my opinion, has a bit of a Namjoon-like feel to it. It doesn't in any way, shape, or form sound like wrong people, right people, wrong place. Like it doesn't sound like that at all. However, it sounds, it gives me a vibe or a sense of his more retro style, right? A little bit of that older Namjoon like feel, if that makes sense. Nowhere near in any of that would I have picked JK. Not even close. I know for damn sure it's not Jin, and it doesn't sound like Jimin or V, especially V. That's not like his style at all. But JK either. Like, how impressive. The boys at all times just always manage to surprise me again and again and again. This does not sound like a JK type of song. And here he goes again. I've said this before, and even so far in their careers, they are still trying new things, new sounds. And here we have an example of that with JK having a big part in what Hooligan sounds like today for us. That's crazy. It does not, at least in my opinion, feel free to comment in the comment section down below. This does not, I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed JK in a million years. And it works. And again, that just also goes to show how versatile each of the members are, because if someone like JK can produce a sound like this, a sound that I'm not familiar with, a sound that's new to me, a sound that's so different. And this ain't even truly his bag, if we're being completely honest. And he goes into this direction and it hits like that. That's crazy. That's talent. That is pure goddamn talent. That's the golden child for you, because I can't imagine any other artist outside of being a BTS being able to do something like this. That's crazy. It does not feel like a JK song to me. Am I tripping on that? But the execution, the production of it, how fun the song is, how contagious it is. I'm constantly at work, ha 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 ha. All the time, Hooligan, and I'm constantly doing the dance too. And this song does not sound like JK in my opinion, but boy is it beautifully written and so much fun.
그리고 노래 부를 수 있는, 그러니까 그건 완전 랩라들을 위한 약간 곡이었고, 사실 보컬은 뭐 정할 필요도 없이 딱 무슨 구간이 정해져 있어가지고 4개가
전반적으로 좀 랩도 그렇고 노래도 그렇고 좀 힘을 좀 빼려고 좀 많이 한 앨범이라
좀 밸런스가 이번에 좀 좋은 것 같아요, 이번 앨범.
I
Who
agree.
has the highest range? Who can hit the highest falsetto?
Jimin.
지민이가 제일.
지민이 너무 월등하게 높죠.
그래서 이번 앨범에 좀 고생 많이 했다고.
우리 팀의 영원한 약간 숙제 같은 거죠. 또 음역대가 있는 친구들이 있고 또 낮은 친구들이 있고, 이런 것들을 어떻게 조화롭게 만들어내냐가 사실 BTS 곡을 만드는 데 있어 굉장히 좀 해결을 해야 되는 부분들이 있고, 그런 것들을 잘 해결했기 때문에 또 좋은 곡들이 많이 탄생이 됐고.
저는 그래도 낮은 쪽인데 이제 많이 배웠죠. 지난 앨범들로 인해 이제 계속 배우고 나서 이제 그나마 좀 괜찮아졌는데, 그래도 아직까지는 여전히 저한테는 숙제로 남아있긴 하죠.
너무 잘합니다.
Yeah, I don't agree.
안 되니까
Yeah,
가성을 하는 거.
you're perfect.
One of the key decisions.
You're perfect. Your voice is
it seems-
absolutely beautiful. All the vocalists are absolutely beautiful. And even the rappers too. Our rappers can sing. What other group can say that? But I want to make a point here when it comes to Jimin, something I feel like I haven't mentioned. Jimin, we know that his range is still higher pitched. However, it has deepened just a little bit, because hitting those super high notes like he used to back in the day, it's difficult for him. It's tough on his vocals, his vocal cords. And even still, knowing that and the challenge of hitting certain notes, he doesn't complain, right? He doesn't gripe. He doesn't throw a fit, throw a tantrum. He doesn't complain on how much his throat hurts, maybe at times where he has to hit certain high notes in this song. And in some of the songs of the album, he's just a beautiful soul, right? He does what's best for the group. And if that means setting his discomfort, his feelings, and or pain to the side, because it maybe is a little bit more difficult and maybe is uncomfortable to hit certain notes, that's what he's going to do. So for what's best of the group, he's going to do his part, and he's going to do it over and over and over again until it sounds perfect, which is what BTS is. And again, so I have to applaud him on that. So shout out to Jimin, because even with that, there are certain, again, notes that are asked of him, not by the group, but because it would just sound better for the song, and he executes it with ease. Beautifully, beautifully done. So I have to applaud him for that. Number two, and I say this all the time, with how different every member of BTS is, from JK all the way, to the top row to Jin, from Namjoon all the way to the far right with V. Every single one of these boys has a completely different sound. Every single one of these boys is different and unique in their own way. There are very few similarities within this group, and yet they're number one on Billboard. Time and time and time again. They produce amazing ass music. Fire. No skip albums. It shouldn't work, and it does work. And that is something that no group, nor any other artist who tries to get together with other artists to make maybe a collab album, it is something that will never be done. Nobody can be able to replicate the uniqueness and just beauty of being able to have 7 and or multiple different sounds and make it work. It should clash. It should not work. And they've proven with several albums and hundreds of songs time and time again that they are able to do this. It blows my mind. It should not work. It shouldn't. This isn't science where opposites attract. This is the music industry where it shouldn't work. And yet they find a way to do it over and over, and they're only getting better. That's what should be concerning to any other group out there who is competing against BTS. And now they have a new wave of trying a new sound, and they've managed to make that work. Y'all should be scared. You should be trembling in your boots right now. If you don't like BTS, I feel bad for you, because even with this new adaptation and with their careers and their music, they're blowing you out of the park. And again, they're making it work. Them going in their separate ways of solo projects just to come back together and make a glorious album like this. Yeah, there may have been some challenges. It may have been difficult at times, but they find a way every goddamn time.
Like making this album was to include Arirang on Body to Body. How did that become part of that song?
Hin and Bang, which is our head director, he came up with that idea, and he and his producer edited it into one song and then gave us a listen. And then first time, nah. Second time, okay, I'm getting convinced. Third time, I think this version should be like this.
Goosebumps, wow.
Yeah.
People may forget, but you have actually sung that. It's of course not on the album, but you have sung that whole song in the past.
저희가 어디서 불렀죠?
10 years ago,
파리에서
K-Con Paris.
아니 파리에서 K-Con.
그러니까
It's a haunting song, a beautiful song, 600 years old.
If you're a Korean, everyone knows the song.
Yes.
Just mouth to mouth. It's not in the textbook or from the school. Just everyone just somehow gets to know the song in Korea. And I told you before, we were not we couldn't reach a specific consensus even after the military. So, but I told you it's there was one thing that we all know, that we are all from rooted in Korea, and the label also talked a lot about the things what we want to do next for the 2.0, and they taught us all the histories about Howard.
Yeah.
It was in 1896.
Yeah.
Exactly 130 years ago. The funny thing is that there were 7 guys took the ship to record the first song with the Korean lyrics and Korean voice. So I think it's very, we felt like this is a kind of destiny and like a time machine, like they were sending to us maybe. So if we claim ourselves our next chapter as, you know, like a new Arirang, then I think it could symbolize us very well, and it's gonna be really cool.
The resonance is really cool.
Yes.
The Howard thing is amazing. Amazing, like
That was an amazing idea.
But the song "Aliens" is at least a double entendre. It's like you guys are so cool and so unique. You're like space aliens, but there's also an element you're talking about, sort of the idea of being seen as foreign when you go abroad. I think both things are happening in that song. Tell me about that metaphor and that song coming together.
형 아닌가?
그 원래는 가사가 에일리언이 아니라
endless.
엔들레스였는데 그게 엔들레스가 이제 에일리언으로 바꿨으면 좋겠다고 아이디어를 내서 에일리언으로 바꿨죠.
남자 형이 아이디어를 내주셨잖아요.
The original theme was endless. So I was like endless, like something like that. And the song was really catchy. It sounded nice with Mike Will made it. He's a crazy producer. He's so great.
Shout out to Mike.
But you know, like it's something endless. Okay, maybe we need a more sharper, edgy theme, and I don't know, like someone who came up with that idea, but endless and aliens, they sound really similar. So we changed to aliens, and I wrote the lyrics with, you know, what if we just, you know, we just claim ourselves as aliens to all those foreigners abroad, and just saying like, brother, please get your slides, you know, indoors, because, you know, I know you guys go to the hotel bed with your shoes on, and that's so dirty. And it's something, you know, just a little like a humor and like sarcasm like that.
Which is true, by the way. It is disgusting. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, so we just, you know, since this album is about the being proud as Korean and an Asian, we try to put some the materials that we, you know, only have, that we are Koreans and we're from the Far East Asia.
And so I want to point something out really quickly. So going back to the original question and or talking about, you know, Arirang being meshed with body to body, I want to point out, and hopefully I'm able to find some clips that I can show you guys right here on the screen. So if I'm not able to show you, I do apologize. The impact that it has had on not only Koreans, but the older generation of the Korean people. Like, they are so just taken away by BTS doing this, and the numerous clips that you see where it's the older generation is so touched, right? They'll be sitting on the couch and then they hear Arirang start playing and they're just overcame by, you know, with so much emotion that they'll even get up and start doing the dance, right? And the impact not only on people outside of Korea like myself, because hearing Arirang for the first time in Body to Body, I was so lifted. And I'm not even a Korean myself, right? Far from it, right? I'm a Hispanic kid from Texas, right? But I was moved so much by Arirang being put in Body to Body. I mean, the chills that I got from it originally, I was just blown away. I mean, I've never heard anything like that before. And let me tell you, I don't know if they thought, I mean, obviously, like we saw like J-Hope and Jimin and kind of V's initial reaction when they first heard it, like, oh man, this is it. This is dope. That was me. That was all of us. I feel like I was so moved and so blown away by that. And then when you find out more about Arirang and what it is and what it stands for and how it was now, you know more information, you go back and listen to it, it still gives me chills, and it's just more impactful. I mean, it's honestly insane. But I want to talk about this as well with Endless and Aliens. Do they sound similar? Maybe yes, but the word choice from Endless to Aliens changes the dynamic and the power that this song then has. Endless would have been cool still, would have been dope. But the whole alien aspect of this song is dope, right? Them acknowledging who they are, them acknowledging as well, like, especially because it feels like at certain parts in the song, they're talking to the haters a little bit, right? I love that they switched this dynamic from endless to alien, because it just has it takes on a whole different meaning with that in mind, right? And them having to switch again from endless to aliens, like, totally different. Totally different. I can imagine how great and amazing Endless sounded and what that song may have sounded like, but Aliens was the perfect choice, right? And they absolutely snapped on this song. Snapped. And so I'm glad that they chose to go with this decision. I would love to hear what the Endless vibe and Endless part of the songs would sound like with that in mind, but Alien was the perfect choice. Shout out to Namjoon for having that idea, because again, the meaning of the song, especially now where you're hearing all the haters talk, Aliens is the perfect song to, again, kind of address some of the hate that they are kind of getting right now for no goddamn reason, if we're being completely honest. But that song perfectly suits what we've heard while we've been gone, how you see us and how we visualize ourselves. And again, that song is going to carry. At any time that hate may come their way, this is a song they can always come back to be like, shove this in your face. You know what I'm saying?
Aliens, I think there's a hope that maybe you'll land your ship at the Super Bowl next year. I'm wondering how you guys feel about that. For some reason, after Bad Bunny is, of course, American.
It was so cool.
And it was so amazing. But I think the idea of a non-English language Super Bowl halftime show, suddenly people were thinking, well, why not BTS? So I wonder how you all feel about that.
I have some points after this.
일단 너무 과분한 그런
네.
뭔가 너무
말씀 너무 감사합니다.
그래서 뭐 사실 뭐 어떤 아티스트든 사실 꿈의 무대이기도 하고 슈퍼볼이라는 거, 특히나 더 그쪽 문화권에 있는 아티스트들한테도 더 되게 엄청난 무대인 거라서 사실 저희는 저희 할 것들을 일단은 열심히 하고 거기에 맞게끔 주어진 대로 뭔가들을 많이 앞으로 헤쳐 나아가지 않을까라는 생각이 들어요. 네.
무대를 봤는데 되게 멋있는 무대더라고요. 그래서 상상을 하긴 해요. 우리는 퍼포먼스가 꽤 많은 그룹인데 만약에 우리가 한다면 저기서 우리는 어떤 무대를 할 수 있을까라고 상상을 하는데 그거는 이제 저희를 불러주셨을 때의 영역이니까 뭐 언젠가 기회가 된다면 또 기회를 한번 노려보도록 하겠습니다.
It would be the greatest performance of all time in Super Bowl history. I've said this, and that includes Prince. That includes Michael Jackson. There are a lot of great performances over time. They would be the greatest. And this is non-biased. Huge Michael Jackson fan, by the way. Huge Michael Jackson fan. It would be the greatest performance in Super Bowl history. It would be the greatest performance. And I guess I also want to say that I won't lie to you. Bad Bunny being on the in the Super Bowl, a lot of Americans were drawn back by this. There's the whole controversy that we're not going to get into. I don't care. Hell of a performance, and I think he was a great option. But let me say though that that same kind of energy from a lot of people in the States would also follow to BTS. The only difference is, and I'm not going to speak for Bad Bunny because I'm not a big fan of Bad Bunny. Thought it was a great performance. I just don't really listen to a lot of Bad Bunny, for being completely honest. I don't know how much new fans he may have gotten from this Super Bowl because I can't speak on it because I'm not a fan, but I'm not a hater either, if that makes sense, right? I'm kind of in the middle. I just wanted a great performance, truly. They would get that same kind of hate because they're non-English speaking. Like, because they're non-English speaking, they would get that hate immediately. Immediately. And I will tell you, though, after that performance, and again, with it being the greatest, I can already see it, the amount of new fans they would gather, the minds they would change. There's going to be some hateful, ugly people out there that no matter how great the performance is, they're just not going to acknowledge it. They're going to ignore it, turn ahead and be like, that was all right. But It's once you see them go to work and you see that passion in their eyes and their voice and their movements, and you hear it through their music, they will make an instant fan out of you. I had talked, and we've talked about this before on the channel. I used to be a BTS hater. I denied their music for years. I used to work with two girls who, anytime Dynamite or Butter came on in the store while we were working, they went crazy. It used to annoy the hell out of me. But I wouldn't get annoyed by the music. I wasn't even paying attention. It was the fact that they liked BTS, and I was like, I'm never going to listen to that crap. And then all it took was JK to come into my life. Look where we are now. Look where I'm at now. Look at the beautiful people that I've met. Look at the 7 beautiful lives that have come into mine and have changed me. The impact that they've had. How much they have saved me just with their music alone. They would make instant fans out of a lot of people after that performance. And they would make a lot of people eat their words. I would love to see BTS in the Super Bowl. Do I think they're bigger than that? We've talked about it before. Abso-freaking-lutely. I think the Super Bowl needs BTS. We don't need the Super Bowl. But to see them perform on another grand stage, something else, another accolade to add to their arsenal, would only solidify even more how much they are the best of the best, the GOATs, the greatest of all time. I want, if I can see for free another BTS performance, you can sign me the hell up. That's all.
And Jungkook, you grimaced when I said Super Bowl.
하고는 싶은데 뭐 불러주자 할 수 있는 거니까.
Jungkook was almost there because, you know, Usher invited him before the military.
Oh.
But
Usher
didn't work out because he went to military. So, you know.
Wow.
It's like officially, unofficially, I think it's the best event and show stage, you know, in the whole world. And Bad Bunny, he was amazing. And I know he's from Puerto Rico, and he's also an American. So I think there was kind of context between all of that and the flow of the everything. But yeah, we always like thought of like, what if we, you know, like do some parts in the Super Bowl? Maybe we could like collaborate with other artists like the Coldplay and like Bruno Mars did and like Lady Gaga did with this time with Bad Bunny. You know, maybe if the time goes by and the thoughts in the people get to change, you know, all of the people in the world are watching like Parasites, all those great things like Korean culture. So, you know, if there's a chance, then definitely want to someday.
I wanted to ask what you...
I want to point out as well that Usher trying to invite JK on, probably to do Standing Next to You, that would have been killer. That would have been, I'd have lost it. Right? I would have lost it because this was at the time, again, that I found Standing Next to You, still my favorite song of all time. I would have lost it. Let me just say as well that if the BTS ever does the Super Bowl, I don't care if they collaborate and like someone else is the main performer, but they bring BTS on, I'm still a fan of that. I would much rather prefer BTS be the headliner, and they may invite like Halsey or Coldplay to do songs with them. That would be even better. Although I would love to see either way, BTS come on and feature with somebody, and or they bring people to feature on with them and they're the main artist for the Super Bowl. I would much rather have them be the headliner, right? Much rather than be the main Super Bowl performance, right? And they bring people on. I think that would be even better. Again, another reason why they would have the greatest show. They could bring on Coldplay. They could bring on Halsey. They could bring on so many different artists. Usher, even if they wanted to let JK do Standing Next to You, kind of like a, you remember a couple years ago when they had Eminem, Kendrick, Mary J. Blige, Snoop, Dre, something like that, where they do songs together, but allow each artist to do maybe one or two songs separately, and they could bring other featured artists that are on that song. That would, don't even get my mind flowing.
I thought the first time you heard the lyrics to Jungkook's great song 7, the explicit version, since he's the youngest of the band, if you were shocked or amused, or if you gave him shit on text or what?
We all saw my reaction.
You're up around me and you give me life, and that's why night after night I'll be fucking you
on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, he'll be what? I must have the wrong version. I was JK, I wasn't expecting that, bro. I don't know. Nothing's wrong with the cussing. Okay? Cause y'all know me. I cuss a lot. If you've been subscribed to the channel for some time, you know. If you just subscribed, you're about to find out. I cuss a lot. Just for future heads up. It's a bad habit that I'm trying to stop. But until then, I cuss a lot. I was not expecting that from him. That's all I'm saying. It's not bad. I was not expecting that.
다 컸다.
거기 어떤 가사가 있어?
그냥 뭐
일주일 내내
Monday, Tuesday.
널 사랑할 거야?
뭐지? Love you 뭐지?
Love
Love you.
원래는 여기인데 이제 샥한 버전이 이제 Love You고.
fuck 아니었어? 그게?
그러니까
He just flat out said
Love
it.
you. 이거 뭐지?
맞아요.
그러니까 뭐야 가사가 정확하게 기억이 안 나서.
Love you on 7 days a week.
So it was F word before love, and a label wanted to change it to love. It was originally F word, but I told the label, please don't change. Like why not? He's all grown up. He can sing.
Yeah.
He can sing an F word.
Love you on that you right이다.
그러니까.
Were you at all shy to have them all hear that?
제일 안 부끄러웠을 것 같아.
부끄러운 건 없었고요. 뭐 어때? 이런 느낌이었어요.
When on 2.0.
Exactly. Shout out to Namjoon. I didn't know that. I don't know if some of y'all knew that, but that's crazy info that I've never been aware of. Namjoon is the reason why the F word was in 7 days or 7, right? So I'll be effing you right 7 days a week. I would have never guessed that, but he's right. The man is grown. He's doing grown adult things. And one of those things just is maybe throwing a swear word every now and then, right? We're all older. Most armies are older. We ain't all 11-year-old little kids, even though there are some young armies out there. Shout out to my peoples. And even then, like, they're at a mature part in their lives where they should be able to upload music like that. And kind of shame on the label. I get what they were trying to do with trying to, keep it as clean as possible, especially if they didn't know how a lot of armies would take it or how a lot of the fans would take it. But shout out to Namjoon for having his back and be like, yo, this song is hot either way. And now we have both the explicit and the clean version.
You talk about trying to leapfrog, and basically you're addressing theoretical competitors, people trying to keep up with you. But it's weird because you don't, I was trying to think who those competitors will be, that you're in your own category.
뭐 그렇다기보다는 결국 우리의 경쟁 상대는 우리라고 생각이 들어서 우리의
Talk louder for the
다음
people in the
스텝은
back.
무엇인가, 그러니까 우리의 그 전의 모습을 어떻게 깰 것인가를 저는 좀 생각을 했었던 것 같아요. 그래서 사실 조금 더 여유롭고 뭔가 좀 그냥 좀 가볍게 하는데 멋이 있는 그런 것들을 좀 추구하려고 많이 노력을 했고, 그런 식으로 또 작업도 했고, 2.0라는 곡이 또 굉장히 또 재밌게 나오지 않았나. 그리고 또 퍼포먼스도 또 그동안 해왔던 그런 BTS의 모습과는 달리 또 다른 여유 있는 모습을 또 보여주고 있는 것 같아서 거기에 맞게끔 또 잘 나온 것 같고. 네.
What is he doing? What is his problem? What is he trying to like break character for everybody? He was playing with Namjoon's hair earlier. What is going on? This kid, man, just stay still, behave, or you're grounded. No video games, no music, nothing for you. Behave. This goddamn kid. What J-Hope said, bro, about we're competing with ourselves, he meant that in a very like professional way. Like, we're not worried about anybody else. We just want to focus on us. And so because of that, we're kind of just, competing with ourselves, trying to make ourselves better. Screw that. He meant what he meant was we're competing with ourselves because there ain't another person and or artist and or group on our goddamn level.
나온 것 같고. 네.
그 멘트 작업을 할 때 키워드를
잠깐만. 너 콧물 나왔네.
여기 이렇게 나와 있었어요.
땡큐.
Yep.
일단은 2.0가 왜 좋지? 일단 2.0가 호비 형이 일단은 아이디어를 만들어줬어요. 이제 2.0라는 키워드 어때를 호비 형이 던지고 나서
Hey,
그거 좋.
this is Rolling Stone. This isn't as if I interviewed you. V. Only our young boys, bro. Only our boys. Only you were. Oh my god. This is that V humor we were talking about. I posted the YouTube short. This is that V kind of humor. The boys are just gonna do whatever the hell they want, bro.
이제 2.0라는 키워드 어때를 호비 형이 던지고 나서 그거 좋은데 해서 이제 2.0라는 그런
Look at
주제로
bro.
이렇게
I can't even get over, bro. Look at J-Ho's.
그런 주제로 이렇게.
애초에 세션에 이렇게 있었는데
그쵸.
BJ-호 정국 있었는데 그때는 이제 사실
정국이
아무래도
자고 있을 거야.
세션이다 보니까
나 진짜 너무 졸렸어. 아니 그게 비트만 들으면은 진짜
Oh.
와 진짜 죽을 맛이었어.
근데 그만큼 되게 칠하게 나온 것 같아 나는 그 기분을 담아서
네, 되게
여유롭게
재밌었어요.
나온 것 같아.
마늘방에서 계속 나오는데 스네어가 땅땅땅땅땅땅땅.
그쵸. 계속 그것만 했었어.
Sugar, so many cool producers on this album, and I know you're a producer yourself. And I'm curious, you know, some moments where maybe you learned something from from a Kevin Parker, or you know things that may have, or maybe where they learned from you, because that's very possible too.
확실히 좀 이 작업 방식이
I'm just not even gonna look at him.
워낙 이제 뭐 미국 친구들이 워낙 좀 자유롭고 또 워낙 잘하다 보니까 저도 뭐 엄청 많이 배웠고 또 그 친구들이 음악에 접근하는 방식도 되게 좀 새롭고 그래서 되게 엄청 재밌게 작업을 많이 한 것 같아요.
Fire is such an incredible song, but I think that's the one where you where there's a mention of both Michael Jackson and Britney Spears, and I was wondering if some of you might want to talk about their impact.
So I mean, they are, they're just truly icons, and Fire's just started from the word fire because it was the most used words out of the whole session. Like when somebody likes a beat or a word or an outfit, then it's that's fire.
I use fire
That's
all the
fire.
time.
That's fire. It's like 100 times a day. We hear it like every day, and then everybody started to use the word.
So you're almost making
Who do you think taught him the word? I was in the studio with them, and you know, I don't remember. They showed me the beat. I shouldn't be telling y'all this, okay? I could get in a lot of trouble. I heard the beat for 2.0 before anybody else did, okay? And when I heard it, I was like, because at the time, they're not going to tell you this, so I'll tell you. It was one of the first beats that was sent to them. Shout out to Mike Will. And I was like, yo, this beat is fire. And we all started joking about fire. And I was like, yo, this song is hot. This song is fire. And it was actually, out of everybody, it was JK who was like, fire, I like that. That's cool. And then Namjoon was like, God damn, yeah, fire is so good. And I was like, you know what would be fire? Is if you made a follow-up song called Fire. And the rest is history. They use fire now. Fire was born, and now you know the origin.
fun of the American producers by saying, but because they keep saying it, right?
Yo, that's fire, bro. That's fire, man. It's like, so we're trying to copy them, like, yo, that's fire too, you know? So I just use that word into a song. It just perfectly matched the beat.
I'll take credit for that.
And then I just hope it could be
I'm just kidding.
like a nuts song, like just mosh pit. Everyone could just jump and just doing the mosh pit thing. And then why we use the Britney and Michael Jackson is because they are truly icons and nobody just doesn't know them.
Yeah, true.
That's all.
And I want to tell you guys that when I did do the reaction to the concert, again, we'll find it. We'll figure it out a way. There's in the concert, they did a transition from fire into fire. It was smooth as hell, and the crowd went crazy. Everybody in that stadium was jumping. I was here at home, man. I'm losing it. That transition was crazy, and I hope I get to hear this when they perform in Arlington. It was fire.
Yeah.
2.0 was almost addressed at yourselves, you said. But I mean, if I think of any competition for you, I think of, you know, Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, Bruno Mars. If there's any competition, that's who it
We already addressed the issue of competition. There is none.
is.
They're greater artists than us. We're just so small. We're just a boy band from Korea.
Humble.
Come on.
And actually,
Oh, come on.
A liar, but
2.0
but humble.
Is, you know, it's about a lot of things. I also thought about haters. Just like, you know, there are still I think there are really people who just pray with a bottle of water in their home and then just please BTS just go fall down. Just please BTS just break apart and collapse. I think there are people something like that. And just we're thinking about, you know, it's like, okay guys, for 2-3 years we have been apart, like, you know, to all the ministry, and 3 years passed and people are still, you know, there are armies like waiting for us, the world is waiting for us. So you guys had your little fun and then knock knock and pew pew and bye. That's it.
BTS.
Yeah, when you literally listen to 2.0 and the lyrics, they are literally hunting the haters down. He addressed there. He said, I know there are people out there who are preying on our downfall, who are preying on our goddamn downfall. I'd hate to be y'all right now.
Collectively, thanks so
That's
much
crazy.
for joining me. And again, welcome back to the cover of Rolling Stone.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, that's going to go to do right there. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. I had so much fun with this interview. This interview was fun. The boy Taeyong with the goddamn tissue in his nose. That's going to go to do right there. I can't with this boy, dude. Oh my God. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do me a big favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, as all these things help the channel moving forward. And until next time, peace.